Welcome, deep divers. Okay, today we are plunging right into a really talked about event in wrestling lately, that July 22nd, 2025 episode of WWE NXT, live from Houston. We've got some great source material here. It gives us a really full picture of the matches, the big stories unfolding, and, well, that massive confrontation that got everyone buzzing. So our mission today, let's unpack the biggest moments from the show, figure out what they actually mean for, like, the wrestling world overall, and pull out the key takeaways for you, your shortcut to knowing what's shaking up the scene.
Exactly. And I think the main thing we're going to focus on is how this one single episode really showed champions holding their ground, but also these new challengers popping up immediately. And maybe most importantly, how those cross-promotional rivalries are getting deeper, especially, with that legend showing up. Huge deal.
Okay, yeah, let's dive straight into that because, wow, for me, probably the most electrifying moment, the one everyone's talking about, the Undertaker, just appearing out of nowhere.
Right, that gong hits.
Yeah, you can just feel it in the building. That face-off in the ring with TNA World Champ Trick Williams.
Palpable tension.
Just poured fuel on that NXT-TNA fire that's already been simmering, didn't it?
It absolutely did. And what's fascinating there, it's not just like a nostalgia pop, He actually teased one last match. I mean, that instantly raises the stakes for this whole NXT-TNA thing. You're pulling in a figure who's bigger than any single promotion.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It felt like more than a cameo. It felt strategic. And then backstage, too.
Oh, right. The advice he gave.
Yeah. Telling Javon Evans to go after the top dog, the most dominant guy, that's not just random advice. It subtly weaves him into future storylines, hinting at maybe even bigger battles coming. It elevates everyone involved.
Just masterful. That whole aura, it just added so much intrigue, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so from that massive, industry-shaking moment, let's pivot back to the core of it all, right? The championships. Let's talk NXT Championship. Obafemi. He kept his title.
Yep. Tough triple threat.
Against Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. Pretty heated match.
Yeah.
And the finish, he was smart. Fummy. He capitalizes after Briggs hits that big lariat on Inamura.
Right. Takes him out.
Then Femi just swoops in, hits his finisher, the fall from grace, but on Briggs. Gets the pin.
Clean win for Femi, keeps the title.
Exactly. What happened right after? That tells another story, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Briggs immediately attacking Inamura. That's not just random anger. It's like, okay, Femi won, but this feud isn't over, or maybe a new one just started.
It keeps the heat going?
Precisely. It transfers that energy. The championship match ends, but the drama, it just shifts focus, keeps you invested. Brilliant.
Sets things up nicely for the men's scene. Now, over in the women's division, we've got something maybe even more unique happening. JC Jane. She's holding both the NXT women's title and the TNA Knockouts world title.
Yeah, that's wild. Dual champ.
And she came out very boastful, letting the whole roster know about her, dual dominance.
As you would.
Right. But wrestling being wrestling.
Yeah.
Challenges came right away. Lash legend, Jada Parker.
Right.
Straight out there.
And it broke down quick. Big brawl.
Yeah.
Seeing Jane with both those belts, it's interesting. Like, how does that even work long term? Defending titles in two places?
It raises questions, for sure.
It absolutely does. What are the challenges, narratively and just practically? But it also immediately puts this massive target on her back, right?
Oh, huge.
And seeing Lash Legend and Jada Parker step up so fast, it just shows you the depth, In both women's divisions, NXT and TNA.
Great. So many possibilities.
Exactly. Fresh matchups galore because of that connection.
Okay, so beyond the title pictures, which were obviously huge, there was other key stuff happening in the ring, too. That big 8-person mixed tag. Remember that? The
King Spears and his crew, yeah.
Spears, Nico Vance, Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley. They got the win over Solruka, Zaria, Hank Walker, and Tank Ledger.
Chaotic match.
But here's where it got, really interesting. Mid-match.
Yeah.
Blackout. Lights go out.
Oh, yeah.
And the strong suggestion was interference from Dark State, that mysterious group.
Right. The implication was they helped out.
And it led directly to Tatum Paxley getting the pin on Zaria.
See, that kind of thing, the interference, the faction stuff, it adds so many layers.
Keeps you guessing.
Totally. It's not just about who wins or loses that one match. It's about hidden motives. Who's aligned with whom, maybe conspiracies.
Building a bigger picture.
Exactly. A larger power struggle, maybe. Makes you wonder what Dark State is really up to.
And speaking of making an impact, we saw a really strong debut. Blake Monroe.
Oh, yeah, against Ren Sinclair.
Won her NXT singles debut. And what was impressive was Sinclair had backup, right? No quarter catch crew was there?
Yep, they were ringside. Didn't matter.
Moreau overcame it. That's a big statement for a debut, isn't it?
Huge. It's classic booking, really. You bring in new talent, immediately show they can overcome the odds, beat the numbers game.
Builds credibility fast.
Instantly. Tells the audience, hey, pay attention to this one. Gives them a reason to get behind her right away.
Good stuff. We also had that really hard-fought match. Jasper Troy beating Ricky Saints.
Right, that ended by countout.
Yeah, after a really nasty spot outside the ring. A countout finish like that. It kind of suggests something different, right? Not a pin, not a submission.
Yeah, it often implies the opponent is just too beat up to continue, even if they weren't pinned. Or maybe one guy just took the escape route. Adds a different flavor to the rivalry.
Okay, so let's try and tie some of these threads together now. Especially looking at the cross-promotional stuff and what's next. We saw Ethan Page backstage doing his whole greatest North American champion celebration bit.
Adding to the TNA flavor.
But what really cemented this feeling of something bigger brewing between NXT and TNA?
Well, I think it was the fact that TNA presence was kind of woven throughout the whole show, wasn't it?
I felt like it, yeah.
It wasn't just Trick Williams as champ or JC Jane with both belts. It was seeing TNA's director of authority, Santino Marella.
Right. He was just there in the building.
Exactly. That's not subtle. That feels very deliberate. It strongly hints that there are organized official plans for more cross-promotion.
Not just random wrestler crossovers.
Right. This suggests a more structured connection between NXT and TNA is coming, maybe bigger storylines involving both brands, something more than just champion versus champion could really change things.
So, okay, what does this all actually mean for you watching at home? When you put all these pieces together, The Undertaker showing up, JC Jane is the dual champ, Blake Monroe's strong debut, Femi holding on but Briggs attacking.
The Dark State mystery.
Yeah, and Santino Marella just observing. It's clear these aren't just separate incidents, right?
Not at all.
It feels like part of a much bigger interwoven story building between NXT and TNA, setting up a really interesting time for wrestling.
Definitely feels that way.
So just to kind of wrap up our deep dive on this NXT episode, what are the big takeaways? We saw champs like Oba Femi keep their gold, but new challenges popped up immediately. Drama didn't stop.
Right. Instant heat.
And The Undertaker's return. I mean, just massive, game-changing moment maybe, really lit a fire under that NXT-TNA rivalry. Hints of legendary stuff to come.
Yeah, this episode was just jammed, wasn't it? Championship action, faction stuff heating up, new faces making waves, and yeah, the legend factor. It all sets up some really compelling connected stories for the next few weeks, maybe months.
For sure.
It just shows how dynamic wrestling storytelling can be, always evolving, always finding ways to hook you.
It really does. Okay, here's maybe one last thought for you to chew on. With all this increased crossover between NXT and TNA, what kind of impact is that really going to have on wrestling going forward? Could it actually change what a championship even means if it spans different companies?
That's a deep question.
Are we going to see more shared titles? More joint PPVs? Or maybe totally new kinds of rivalries we haven't even thought of?
Lots of possibilities. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
We certainly will be. Thanks for diving deep with us today.